Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So guys, I'm going to do something in this video that many other YouTubers rarely do, and I myself am guilty of this. I am going to give Konami a standing ovation. And we as Yu-Gi-Oh players, we love to pile on them for broken cards and rarity bumps and, you know, poor prize support, and, you know, with good reason, because a lot of times they frustrate us when they do those stupid actions, or, you know, they do things that just don't make a lot of sense. But I look at right now the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is one of the most fun and diverse formats we've had in quite some time. But more importantly, I just have to say, I mean, did Konami ever knock it out of the park with Burning Abyss or what? And the reason that I use this deck specifically is because not only is this a tier 1 deck that I don't think anybody saw coming. I mean, yeah, there were people who were excited about it when we did videos about the, you know, Burning Abyss cards, but I don't think anybody was like, yep, that deck's going to be like one of the best decks, maybe the best deck of the formats. And the biggest reason I feel like I have to do this video is, you know, Burning Abyss, these guys are TCG exclusives. So they literally made up the whole fucking archetype on the fly. Not to mention, they actually did us a really good solid when, you know, it comes to like the rarities and stuff like that. I mean, the whole archetype, even though it's not very big, I mean, the whole archetype is common except the boss monster, which is Dante, and he is deservingly secret rare. Now, you could probably make the argument that they didn't make them secret rare because they weren't sure if people were going to play them, but I mean, that is beyond the point, and let's be real and call a spade a spade. Has that ever really stopped Konami from releasing, you know, cards and absurd rarities in the past? Because I don't think it has. Now, I look at Burning Abyss, and I think that this is like a collective effort as far as making these competitive. You know, Konami gave us 3 core monsters, and all of those monsters could be summoned from Tour Guide from the Underworld, making that card relevant again. They all float, especially considering their effects trigger when they hit the grave by any means. And we as the players, I mean, we added things like rank up Astral Force, BLS, and discard outlets like Phoenix Wind Blast so that we could make powerful plays and give consistency to the deck. So I'm like, they kind of laid out, you know, the groundwork, and we kind of, you know, added in some cards that have synergy with the deck, and we end up getting a tier 1 and powerful deck. And one of the things that I find kind of ironic about the whole situation of Burning Abyss is actually the fact that Yang Zing was released in the same set, and it was supposed to be competitive based on the same exact mindset as Burning Abyss. You know, you think, okay, the whole deck floats, so it must be good. And you look at Burning Abyss, and it's like, well, their power plays are faster because instead of having to have 4, you know, monsters on board to synchro, and Burning Abyss, you can just summon 1 tour guide and instantly get to a boss monster. And because they're dark, they can run the Chaos Engine, and, you know, their boss monster is light. It gives them access to BLS and Chaos Sorcerer. And it's even, you know, their floating goes even higher because they don't have to be destroyed by effects. They can detach and get their effects. They can be discarded and get their effects. So, you know, I look at Burning Abyss, and it's like, I really have to applaud Konami because no one really saw this archetype coming, and they metaphorically stole the show of Duelist Alliance. I mean, you can say that S-Knights and Shadows are just as good as Burning Abyss, but the thing is, no one expected that. No one expected this Burning Abyss archetype where you really only play like 3 monsters and then just the boss monster. Nobody expected when I said, you know, Tour Guide's going to be a broke again, and I said that half jokingly, for real. I put it in the title. I was like, yeah, maybe people will believe this. I sort of believe it, and it all turned out to be true. Like, Tour Guide's this shit. Burning Abyss are an amazing deck. I almost want to say they're the best deck of the format right now, and I don't know. It's very rare that we get TCG exclusive that make that big of an impact. You know what I mean? Especially a TCG archetype. That I can't ever think of a time where that's happened. So let me know what you guys think of Burning Abyss. I might make a full in-depth deck discussion of the deck if you guys want that. Thank you for watching as always. Subscribing makes life happy.